Welcome to the Gray Areas with Magdalena. It's your favorite host, Sisanda Jafta, and I am excited. I'm really excited to be here. I have no words actually. So excited to finally be on YouTube and I can finally use the word welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been waiting to say this actually. I've been waiting to say this, and I know the GA Squad members are as equally excited to finally migrate from our audio podcast to this platform. So, yeah, welcome. If you've just bumped into this episode and you're like, who's this girl? I think I like her. Or you're like, who's this girl? In however mood you have it, really. But I am Sisanda Jafta, like I said, the host of The Grey Areas with Magdalena. First things first, let us get the formalities out of the way. Number one, please subscribe. Please subscribe and put on the notification button. And then please share to your friends. Let them know that it is happening at the Grey Areas with Magdalena. Yeah, please do that for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let us get into today's episode. Really, it is a get to know the channel better episode. I've never really done this on our podcast, even though we have the details on Instagram briefly what this is about. So I think it will give everyone an opportunity really to just get to know what the channel is all about. And yeah, so that we grow together under the same vision and understanding. Where do I even start? The Grey Areas is such a special platform for me. I really love it. My friends can tell you, even if I'm in a bad mood, once I get behind the mic, honey, I'm excited. I come alive. That's how much it's so dear to me. So let us just get into it, really. The Grey Areas is a platform that seeks to unpick the unpopular opinion around the phrase, not everything is black and white. And we really want to debunk, we want to help, we want to create a space where we can have difficult conversations, grey conversations that affect our ability to be sober-minded. I always use this example of, it's so easy to look at someone in a relationship and you're like, why are you there? Like, why are you in that relationship? Why are you not leaving? And the person who's there, they're probably thinking that I should leave, I should stay. That conversation they're having mentally is a gray area. And oftentimes, as a people, we expect a white or a black. It's either you stay or you leave. But truth is that people are going through gray areas mentally. What about this? What about that? And you can't really discuss that to people unless of course you have quite quality people who can be your sounding board. But under normal circumstances, it's not easy to discuss gray areas with people, and or rather it's not normalized, so this platform really is about that, to say let's address the gray areas that keeps us stuck in these situations, that keeps us from being sober minded, that keeps us from not being able to separate the black or the white. It's just wish you got a really nice opportunity to work, but you're struggling with imposter syndrome, you're struggling with things, and you can't voice that out without sounding like you're ungrateful. So those are the kind of gray areas we're talking about. We view everything from a Christian and psychological perspective. I hope this makes sense what the gray areas really is all about. I did ask on my Instagram page at Sisanda_ Magdalena, that is my personal Instagram page. However, we also have the Grey Areas platform page on Instagram called the Grey Areas. Yeah, the Grey Areas. So please do check us out, follow and subscribe. That's where you also get a lot of information on what we're talking about, what we're doing, and we also have a newsletter. But you'll find all of this when you go through our Instagram page and Facebook page and also TikTok. Basically, all social media platforms. Please follow us there as well. So I did write down a few questions that people were asking in terms of what would you like to know about us, and so like I already said, what the Grey Areas briefly is all about, and it is founded on Christian principles really. It was founded in 2019. Every time I say 2000, it's like I'm gonna have to end like 2009. So once we start saying 2010, it's more of 2010, 2011. I hope I'm not the only one who does that. Please tell me I'm not the only one who does that. But anyways, it was founded in 2019 as a blog. I love writing. I love writing more than I love speaking. So I started it as a blog on Facebook, and I grew such a wonderful community there. It was really nice. I enjoyed the community. However, I experienced a writer's block where I just blanked out. I didn't know what to say anymore, and I took a break. Whilst I was taking a break, I was like, there's people who don't like reading, who like listening. Let us branch out to a podcast, and that was established in 2021. We started a podcast in 2021. It's very inconsistent, but yeah, we've been trying. I think, but we've grown now. We've grown in terms of consistency, in terms of proper information that we give as well. Like I can see a trail of growth in what we have been doing. And then now an opportunity has presented itself to cater for those who say, I don't like reading. I also don't like listening. I want to see your face. So yeah, we're here now. We have expanded, and I'm super grateful for the opportunity. And speaking about this makes me realize how we've grown from 2019, and we are now in 2024. Wow. There was a 1 year break, but I mean, it's always nice to just cruise nicely and say it's been a long trail of time of growth. Ooh, this is interesting. It's been I never paused and take stock of the growth we have been in. And over time, audience have grown, and yeah, I'll speak about the challenges later. I think I'm already jumping the gun. So that is really how it was founded, when it was founded. But I think what made me really, really upset to say I am starting this and I'm starting it now was in 2019. Later, may his soul rest in peace, when when Oinene passed on. Yeah, I know that thing just upset me so much, and it was such a crazy story that who does that unless they're normal? And yeah, I sat there with myself to say there's no normal person who participates in GBV. There's no normal person who participates in any crazy thing. There are psychological issues, sometimes spiritual issues, and all of that, and those are great things. But the truth of the matter is that it's upsetting in its black form or in its white form. It's upsetting, and it shouldn't be that. It should not be done. So it's stuff like that. Yeah, let me see what questions also was I asked. I've answered how was it founded, when was it founded, what is it about. The three pillars that we stand on fully are community, authenticity, and wholeness. And wholeness really just speaks to the ability to be free in who you are, the ability to be fully restored and walk in freedom. I think one of my favorite scriptures is that of the woman who committed adultery and was brought before Jesus. It's found in the Bible, in the book of John chapter 8, where Jesus say, the Pharisees bring this lady to Jesus with the intentions to condemn this lady and also just shame this lady and also trap Jesus, But Jesus responds and says, whoever does not have sin, cast the first stone. And on this person, and everyone left, and Jesus was left with this woman, and Jesus says to the woman, who condemns you now? No one. Now go and sin no more. And that really just speaks to restoration and the effects of restoration thereof, to say, once you are free from your mental cluster, once you are walking in sober-mindedness, go and sin no more. Go be whole. Go live your life. Go walk in the freedom that you have been given. So that's what wholeness is all about. And then in terms of community, which is our second pillar, I believe strongly in just building a community, walking the journey together, and hence even the space itself, to say it's really not that easy to deal with mental clusters all by yourself. You need all the space you can get, all the community to just know that you're not alone. You're not the only person thinking like this. You're not the only person going through 10 million other things in your head before you can make a decision. There's other people as well that go through that. However, we need to unpack until you are in a sober mindset. And then our third one is authenticity, to say be yourself. Like, be yourself. There's no any other person that can ever do it like you do. So yeah, be yourself, man. And that's the fastest way to wholeness, being yourself, being truthful about who you are, what you want, what you believe in, and so those are our 3 pillars as the gray areas. So yeah, what is the main purpose of this platform? I think I've already said it, but just to maybe summarize, the whole purpose of this platform is to create a safe space to have difficult conversations that create mental cluster, with the purpose for us to walk in sober-mindedness and freedom. I hope that makes sense. And we attack this from a Christian and psychological perspective. So yeah, that is the main purpose of this. You can forget everything I said and just hold on to this. And I think our short-term goals at the moment as the gray areas is to just build strongly on community. Like, that is the main focus right now. Let us build the community. Let us know each other. It's so nice for me to know who my audience is and cater for them properly, and not from a place of ignorance, but it's also nice for my audience to know me better. So I'm really just focusing on community. A lot of activities we're going to do, a lot of things I'm going to be talking about are just around fostering a community. Let us do this. And yeah, we do have exciting plans for the year. I was just telling a friend of mine that I completed a plan for next year. That's how much this platform gives me joy, to say I can give myself wholly to this. So yeah, we have a plan, and one of the things that will be happening, a cute activity to build community up, but you will know about it as we progress. Please subscribe on our newsletter. That's where you will get fast announcements and everything else that you need to know. And of course, we also have weekly newsletters that get sent out. So yeah, join the community, be plugged in what we are doing here, if of course this is your vibe. And then let us see what else I was asked. What are my long-term plans? I think the long-term plans, once community is established, it is to build a global impact, really, of sober-minded people who are walking in freedom, people who are not afraid to make decisions, people who make decisions that they can live with. That is the level of soberness I aspire us to reach, and it would be great if it even reaches a global impact. Yeah, and then 2 last questions I was asked, and then I will wrap this up, is what challenges have I faced so far in terms of the podcast, as well as in terms of like personally. And then another question was, how did I overcome all of that? Challenges. As I've already said, that we started as a blog, and then we moved to a podcast, and now we are on YouTube. Looks like we might move to TV. I'm kidding, not yet. But the challenges I faced, one of them is the transitioning amongst different audiences, because people who love reading are not the same people who love listening. And the same way I'm aware now, people who love listening are not the same people who love watching. And that now caters to a different audience, and I need to constantly adjust to that. So that is one of the first challenges I've had to face, to say, shucks, I'm building a new audience and I need to cater for them. Because I think on my blog, I had like 500 consistent readers? Yes, readers. 500 readers, and now it's like I moved to podcasting, and I'm like, this is such a tough crowd. No, podcast is such a tough crowd. Oh my God. I hope YouTube is a better crowd. but podcast was such a tough crowd. But learning and navigating that audience in such a way that we speak to them has been a challenge, and to overcome that, it has been really constantly putting myself also out there in terms of getting to know my audience better, observing the consistent ones, observing the kind of comments I receive, observing the kind of feedback I receive, learning from that. So that is how I've been navigating the different transitions. So this is me saying you are more than welcome to send me a DM to say, baby girl, I'm not happy with your lighting. Please don't comment on technical things. I don't have resources. I don't have resources yet. But of course, you can always talk about anything really, even if it's technical. When in due time, we will make provision for those things. So yeah, it will also assist me to know my audience better, what the expectations are, and give me a chance to be honest in terms of what I can offer, you know. So yeah, that's the first challenge that just came to my mind. The second challenge, is fatigue. I always say that if you're gonna start stuff like podcast, YouTube, any creative thing really, and it doesn't generate income for you, please do it out of passion, because fatigue is such a real thing. And the first thing that comes to mind is this even really worth it? Like, no one's gonna die if I take a break. Like, it's just a channel. And that's why we have a lot of people putting a pause on creative things that disappear on YouTube, come back, disappear, because life does happen. And it's like passion versus real life challenges. Of course, I'm going to tackle real life challenges and take a break on the passion related. So I think what I'm trying to say is that you need to have a driving force for you to stay the cause in such spaces, and that's what has been keeping me going. My passion in fatigue. But I think, Shane, my podcast audience has been really, really gracious towards me, because there's a lot of times where I just disappeared. Like, life is happening. Just give me a chance, you know. But I'm also just learning how to take breaks, in the sense that plan and then inform people that you are taking a break. Like, this is an end of a season or something like that. That allows me to recalibrate and just recoup, so that I can always give my best as much as possible. Yeah, let me see another problem. Ooh, it's lack of resources. I love excellence. I love excellence. If I'm gonna start, I remember telling a lot of people who wanted me to move to YouTube at the time to say, I can't move to YouTube. I don't have a camera. I cannot afford a videographer. You know, I'm that person. I do believe in start where you are, but it's also like start where you are with something. That's where I come from in terms of my thinking. I'm not one to just take a random thing and start. I don't know if I'm making sense, but lack of resources has been such a challenge for me. Though I did make do with what I had. I did buy these mics, and just started. It was a very small monitor that I had, and I just started. You know, it wasn't the best, but it was something that made me feel like I'm starting with something in my hands. Right, so yeah, the lack of resources has also been a challenge. And then personal struggles, like, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. My biggest personal struggle has been around, is this really worth it? Because there's a lot of other voices available, there's a lot of other podcasts available that have similar information. So no one really needs this. That has just been a personal struggle which I overcame, because I wouldn't be this far if I didn't overcome it. Was to say, I have people that are ready for my voice in particular. There's space for me. There's space for me. And I am a firm believer of this space for all of us. If you want to start a similar thing as mine, go for it. You know, there's space for you too. There's your people that can only hear what you say. For example, you can hear the same thing from different people, but one person will say it and it will suddenly make sense, and it's like, and everyone else is like, how? But I've been saying that too because we respond to different voices. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but the bottom line is that you have your people, so start whatever you want to start, and that is what has been keeping me going, to say, in as much as there's a lot of voices, in as much as it's difficult to penetrate in such a space, but there are people for me. There are people, Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm Xhosa. That I should just say that in passing. I love being Xhosa so much, and I'm also born again. I'm a born again child of God. I love Jesus so much. A lot of things I will say are scriptural, are from biblical point of view. My principles are very much biblical. And yeah, I also love, now this is me venturing into Sisanda the host. I also love mental health issues, relational issues. Those two conversations are my thing. And when I talk relations, I'm not even talking about Jolo. I mean that too, because it's a relationship. But how do we live amongst each other? How do we navigate each other, the differences, the dynamics? Those are the kind of conversations that bring me joy, and I think there's so much space for growth, and if we get those right, we can go very far as a nation. So yeah, that is my contribution to the society, to have those conversations with you guys. So welcome to this platform. I hope I've answered everyone, and if I have not, please do DM us and we will respond swiftly. I'm super excited for this. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends to tell their friends and their friends, everyone you know, that there's a new kid on the block. There is a new kid on the block, the gray areas with Martina. And yeah, another thing I thought I should say, which I think I had forgotten, we do have guests in this platform. The way our episodes are structured at the moment is a series, and then at the end of a series we have a guest, God willing, and if I'm available to find a guest. So yeah, we do have guests from time to time, but mostly you will see and hear my voice. Yeah, I'm excited, guys. I really am. And if you've just joined here, we already have existing episodes on Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can go binge on that just to gauge if am I really your type. You're allowed to choose me. You are allowed to not choose me as well. That is well and good. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. You are definitely what keeps me going, GA Squad. You are definitely my joy. I love you guys so much, and I'm excited. Thank you for walking this journey with me. Let me stop here because now I feel like I'm just gonna start a new thing of just appreciating you guys. But the past 4 years, is it 4? 4 or 5, have been an absolute bliss with you. And to those that were my readers from the blog and they lost me and they love YouTube, welcome! I'm here now. Welcome everybody. Welcome. I hope you are welcomed. If you just joined, you are welcomed. You are GA Squad, you are welcomed. If you've been waiting for this moment, you are welcomed. If you are trying me out, you are welcomed. Everyone's welcomed here. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.